guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you an empties. I feel like we haven't done these in ages. I keep throwing things in this basket and I think it's because I'm always waiting to finish something up that's makeup, and that happens so rarely. I was talking about this in a video not that long ago. I hate to use things up. I don't know what this says about my personality, but I hate for something to be over. So I will leave the very, very smallest amount. I've just got like almost finished loads and loads of things. So since I'm going on a no-buy for July, I thought I would make a concerted effort to use up some of those very, very almost finished products. We're not going to call it a project, Pam, because, but we'll probably do another empties towards the end of this month. For now, I have a lot of Bath & Body products, like a lot, some skincare, some hair, all kinds of things. I usually have, there's a few things in here that are just like repeat, so we'll breeze through those things. This is one of them. The Redox Muscle Soak, honestly, I used to rave and rave about this. For some people, I am synonymous with the Redox Muscle Soak, which, you know, I don't hate that as a legacy. I don't love it anymore. I like it, I like the scent, but it's not doing it for me in terms of actual like relaxing my muscles. And I don't know whether or not it's all in my mind, probably. If I've become immune to its charms, I don't know. But it used to be the only thing that would really relax my kind of tense back and shoulder situation that I've got. I now have actual painkillers that do that for me, but this isn't doing anything compared to what it used to. I don't know. Everybody else that I talk to says it still works for them. I buy it from time to time and I'm disappointed. That's my current feeling about the Redox. I apologise. I wish I had better news. I've actually got something in here that is not used up, just so that I can kind of use it as a frame of reference. I finished the Elvive Moisture Boosting Shampoo and Conditioner, the Hydra range, recently. Really liked this stuff. This is kind of like a creamy looking shampoo, I was going to say concealer, shampoo and conditioner. And I was watching an Instagrammer not that long ago, and she was talking about, she talks all about hair, you know, like the health of your hair, how you should wash it, how we should be like sleeping on it, all these different things. And I'm very into this particular person. I wish I could tell you what her name is. I follow too many people on Instagram. But she's got beautiful hair, and she said that you are supposed to use a clear shampoo if your hair is oily. My hair is super oily, and I can probably go max 2 days. By midday on the second day, I feel like I need to wash my hair. I'm not someone who can wash my hair once a week. I've tried that before, and I actually got sores on my head. I read into it like you're supposed to only wash your hair once a week. I did this once. And by the end of the week, my scalp was like, what are you even doing? I can't do it. I can't do it. So that's not for me. I was looking for other alternatives, and she'd said about the clear shampoo. So I bought this one from Tresemme, Airlight Volume, 0%, and everything's, you know, perfect clear. I feel like this is even worse. My hair, I mean, it's hard to say because since I've been using this, we've had a heat wave in the UK. So it's possible that that is something to do with it. But I'm definitely not getting a cleaner feeling, and it's definitely not lasting longer. Like, it's not feeling cleaner for longer when I use this. So I don't know if it's complete nonsense, if it's this, if it's the weather, but I am definitely going to repurchase these. It's very, very rare that I repurchase a shampoo and conditioner. I'm very kind of like, I'll just use whatever I've got. I do get sent things from time to time. I'll use whatever it is that I've been sent that's in the drawer that I haven't used yet, or I'll go out and buy something that's on offer. I will go out of my way to buy this full price because it was really good. My hair did feel clean, it felt really manageable, and it felt like hydrated and smooth, but it didn't feel coated in the way that it can when I've used other moisturising shampoos. This feels more like the difference between like a hyaluronic acid kind of hydrating and like an oil. That feels like a lightweight, makes my hair feel good, but it doesn't feel heavy or oilier than it normally would. This I actually found in the bottom of my drawer, and I just had a very small amount left of it, so I used it up. It's the Transforming Body Lotion from Ameliorate. I really do like this. The smell is like off-putting for some people. It's kind of like a medicated smell. To me, it kind of smells like a baby powdery. It's definitely like a baby powder or a baby shampoo, but it's got an edge, like a medicine version of like a baby thing. I have no issue with the scent at all, kind of like a musky, but some people really, really dislike it, so just throwing that out there. I love this for keeping my skin super smooth. Now what I do, because this is relatively expensive, what I do on the regular is I put a lot of glycolic acid wherever it might be from. I am using the Pixie Glow Tonic at the moment, but I've used a variety of different ones at different price points. Put it in a spray bottle and I spray it all over my arms, my chest, my back, and my thighs. Not my like calves, not the bottom of my legs. Just the areas where I can get kind of like a little texture in my skin. At the moment, I'm kind of quite rashy here. I've got kind of pimples and redness here, some on my back and my shoulders, and that's when I go back to my super smoothing routine. So I'll use something like this that's got AHAs and smoothing properties, or I'll use a mist. So the one I'm using at the moment, like I say, is a Glycolic Mist, and I've got it in a continuous spray bottle from Primark, which by the way is absolutely fantastic. It's a massive bottle. I'm sure you're supposed to use it for like water or something for your hair maybe, but I use it for that. And another spray that I've been using and really enjoying is this Tea Tree and Witch Hazel back and body spray from Boots. This is really cheap. It's not like a glycolic acid, but it has got salicylic acid in it. So if you are specifically trying to clear an area, you know, like chest, arms, back is where I used to always have acne, or if you get like a rash on the back of your thighs, I get that too from shaving. This is brilliant. It smells like tea tree, which is my favourite scent in the world. It's just almost a drug to me. It gives me an actual high. I love the smell of tea tree oil. I spritz that all over myself at night time. I won't use that as well as the glycolic. It's all kind of like either or situations, but I'm just giving you some options. If you prefer a body lotion type thing, this is great. If you want a mist, especially for this time of year, you can use a glycolic in a spray bottle. You can use this kind of thing. All depends on what your skin responds to. I know that for breakouts, I respond really well to salicylic acid, but in terms of smoothing, glycolic acid is great for me as well. So it's all good over here. Nice segue into another thing that I like because it has salicylic acid in it, and it is totally, completely empty. There's just nothing left in here. I don't even think there'd be anything left in it if I cut it open because I have squeezed every last drop out. I've easily been talking about this for 12 years on YouTube. Do not use it as a moisturiser. It is called Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturiser. That's not what it is. It's a spot treatment. I don't know why they keep calling it a moisturiser because it's not to be used that way. If you use this all over your face, it will dry you out. It's a spot treatment. It is. So I will use a dollop of this. If I've got, I usually think of my chin, but if I've got a massive spot on my chin, a massive dollop, put it on. And if I can just leave that on my face as I'm doing things around the house, by the end of the day or whatever it is, I take it off a few hours later, it will be diminished. It is like magic. Difficult to do at nighttime because it is like a dollop of lotion. So it's going to rub off. If you can do this during the day, all the better. It works. Again, if your skin responds to salicylic acid, this will last you so long. Because it's such a massive thing to be used that way. And also, although it will dry you out if you use it as a moisturiser, it's not as drying for the rest of your skin as a normal spot treatment because it is supposed to be a moisturiser. So when I dollop it on, it dries a little, but it shrinks the spot and I'm not left with kind of like a whole layer of skin gone from around it in the same way that I would be if I used an actual spot cream. Because sometimes that's like, it almost burns the skin off. This is gentle enough for the rest of your skin, but it does the job. But still, don't put it all over your face. I've got a cleanser in here from Fenty. I just got a high-pitched ringing in my ear. I don't know what that means. But I feel like, the first scene of Saving Private Ryan. Pretty sure I've got tinnitus. Just add that to the list of ailments. Okay, so Fenty Skin, total, and I mentioned this before and someone laughed at my pronunciation. I called it cleanser. Cleanser. That's what it says. Total Clean S apostrophe R. It's like cleanser, but the apostrophe is where the E would be. Cleanser. How are we pronouncing that if not that? It says hyper clean soft skin without stripping or drying, daily cleanser and makeup remover in one. That's how I used it. I had this in my shower. I did take my makeup off with it. It didn't sting my eyes. I really liked this. This is the second one of these I've had. I had one sent to me and I bought one. And they actually sent me a travel kit of skincare recently and I've put that away to take with me to Vegas because I really do like this. It's a gel cleanser. I also didn't know, I don't think she uses any fragrance in her products because everything has a very specific fragrance. I'm sure I read the other day that there's no fragrance in here. I'm going to have to Google it, aren't I? But it smells so good. And it all has that same kind of scent. And I can't put my finger on it, but it reminds me of something that I had when I was a kid. It's sweet and fruity, but I can't, like maybe like mango-y, I don't know. Oh, watermelon, okay. So it says the fragrance is all natural. And the SPF moisturizer, it says this one has a hint of watermelon. That could totally be, you know, wait a minute. Do you know, it might be Maybelline Water Shine lipsticks. That totally could be what it is. So it could be watermelon. That would make a lot of sense because that was what that was. But it does specifically say all products are fragrance free. I take it back. There is an article that says these products now come in fragrance free formulas. So it's possible the ones that I had weren't fragrance free, but they smell good. I don't know. So I've got another Fenty product here. This is the Butter Drop Whipped Oil Body Cream. This was really, really nice. It just smells so good. Lasted a very, very long time. It reminded me of the Body Shop kind of product. You know, like that, the body butters that are so, so thick and they just last ages and ages and ages. Often when you get something that's a little bit more pricey, it's kind of whipped and then it doesn't stretch. It's almost like they want you to keep spending £40 on a body lotion, you know. Whereas this one, I felt like lasted a really, really long time. You needed a small amount and it stretched a really long way. So I liked it. I potentially would buy that as a treat. Speaking of treats, this, I'm very, 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 very nearly done with this, but honestly, I'm going to get one more use from it. It's the Elemis Pro Collagen Rose Cleansing Balm. I have made this last so long, like way longer than I should have. I definitely should have got rid of it by now. I've 100% had it for more than a year and it says 6 months on the back. You will be familiar with this, I'm sure, but it does say deep cleansing balm with delicate English rose, dissolves makeup, daily grime and pollutants. I don't actually like the rose scent. I'm not into rose fragranced things, but the balm itself is beautiful. It is so, so nice. When I've got a lot of heavy makeup on, there's not really anything quite like a really, really nice balm to remove everything. It just feels kind of spa-like. I have struggled to find something like this at a budget price point, and I don't really like to spend a lot of money on cleansers. It doesn't feel worth it. To put it in perspective, this is £21, which is my absolute like max in terms of a cleanser. This is £21. It does last quite a long time. It's a large amount of product. I need a very small amount. It lathers up and it gets all my makeup off, but it does, I don't do the double cleanse thing. I know, strike me down, but I don't. So in the shower, a little bit of this and it lasts me ages and ages. So I don't mind too much about that because of the consistency of it. I get a lot out of it. This is £44 and I wouldn't get nearly as many uses from it, but it is luxurious. It is so nice. And I know for some people, the cleanser is like everything. I would be prepared to spend much more money on serums, moisturizers, eye creams, that kind of thing. Something that's going to stay on my skin, something that is going to promise to leave me fresh and plump and glowy. Not something that's just going to take off my makeup. And that is probably going to divide some people, but £44 is a lot of money. Great segue. The Glam Glow Super Mod. So I have purchased with my own cash, because I've been sent these things before, and you never really know when someone's talking about something like this. Did you like it because, you just liked it, or did you like it given that you'd spend your own £40 on it? Well, I have purchased multiple ones of the different Glam Glows, and I will tell you, I don't actually think the Super Mod is worth spending the money on. I don't have a great deal of breakouts and stuff, and so for me, because I believe that's what the Super Mod is more leaning towards, so for me it just doesn't feel worth it. I've never really had any fantastic results from it that I can remember. However, I do love the Gravity Mod. The Gravity Mod is the one that you peel off, put it on, you look like a metallic superhero, you peel it off. I see 100% results from that. Like, immediately, everything looks plumper, everything looks firmer. I'm certain that it's a temporary result, but I see a result. I don't really see a result from this. I am done with this. It actually dried up. I used the very, very last of it in a very gloopy form because it took me so long to use it. Because with something like this, you want to use it the right time. So you don't want to just like use it all up in a couple of weeks. It's expensive. And this does not last very well when kept. It needs to be used up because it's clay, it dries out. The Gravity Mod I haven't found that with. I can actually make that stretch quite a long time. Oh, speaking of serums and stuff, I have a couple of Skin and Me's that I've used up. Still on this every single night. I use my Skin and Me with my tretinoin, specifically, I mean, anti-aging. That's the key, that's the main thing. But I specifically started Skin and Me for my melasma. So I've got quite a bit of melasma kind of on my head, around on my cheeks. It's not gone completely, it will probably never go completely. It will always be worse in the summer. But I saw fantastic, fantastic results from this last year. I did do a video, before and after pictures. There were people who were asking me about it in vlogs and I hadn't even noticed the difference yet. Because there was a point where it was really, really quite dark and I was looking into having some treatment. The problem with it being melasma rather than just hyperpigmentation is that the heat could actually make it worse. So I did have a small amount of it removed with a laser, and then I went somewhere else and they were like, we don't want to do that, we want to do these other things. And that's when I started using Skin and Me and I was so happy with it. I'm not ruling out anything else in the future. I may try another treatment. I think that having completely clear, although it's not, there's no breakouts, my skin is very uneven. If I had completely clear skin, I think that would make a massive difference to my, not my self-esteem, but like the way I look at my face. Because in the past few years, it's got worse and worse. And in the past few years, that's when I've most been tempted by injectables. The thing that puts me off injectables is I do have, I'm like predisposed to hypertrophic and keloid scarring. So the chances of it like looking not quite right or me having some kind of scar issue on the inside or at the outside, it's quite high. So that's what puts me off that kind of thing. But I think that really my issue is more to do with the evenness of the tone of my skin rather than anything else. So I am kind of still on that path, but I want to continue to promote Skin and Me as this has been a great thing for me. I do think that it is helping with texture of my skin, but mostly for melasma it's been fantastic. And you can go and have a look at the video that I did about that. Also, if anyone's had any like non-invasive treatments, you know, like a really good medical grade facial, that kind of thing, let me know, because I'm in the arena of maybe having a go at something like that. I've got another cleanser and I got it from Skin and Me. It's the Purify and Prep Hydrating Cleanser. They also do cleansers and moisturizers now, so this is not sponsored. It is a subscription service, and you can now get every 3 months. They also send you a cleanser and a moisturizer to go with your subscription doser. So I really liked that. I haven't tried the moisturizer yet because I was using a different one, so I gave that to Ella, and I will try it the next time around. Oh, I do have one makeup thing in here. I didn't use it up, but I'm undecided as to whether or not I'm just going to get rid of this. And no, I think I am going to get rid of it and buy another one because the shade was never quite right. The L'Oreal Infallible Freshware Foundation in a powder has been crushed. It's died a death. I was really enjoying this. The shade I got is unavailable to me. I don't know what the shade was, but it was definitely too dark. It was sent to me. I need to go in and find the shade that I actually am. I'm on a no buy, so I'm not going to do that this month, but at some point. Really, really liked this as a powder because it is a Freshware powder. I am oily, but I also have a lot of dryness, and especially using tretinoin every night, I can get drier areas depending on, you know, the time. If I've not moisturized as well as I should have, or, you know, it's all par for the course. So I need to be a little bit more careful about kind of using things that might make my skin look a little bit drier, even though I'm still oily. So I still like to set everything sometimes with a powder, and I like to put a little bit of powder on my T-zone, but I don't like that cakey powder look. This is great. It really is. You know, like cream to powder. This is almost like powder to something else. It didn't feel or look powdery, but it still gave me that set look. Really liked this. Will buy it again, but it's broken. Lastly, this has been Very, very loved, you can tell. I'm going to buy another one of these as well before we go on holiday. It is, I'll unfurl it for you, the Bobbi Brown Skin Nourish. It is a face mask. This is again something I've been talking about for years. It's brilliant. And you don't actually need as much as it says. At the back it says, apply liberally on skin, allow to absorb for 2 to 5 minutes, tissue off excess product, then gently massage residue into the skin. Please. What they are suggesting is that you put too much product on your skin, let it absorb, wipe some product off, and then rub it into your skin. So use this as a moisturizer. Instead of using it, that's insane. This is expensive. It's really, really good. And when my skin is particularly dry or it needs a little bit of a pick-me-up in the winter time, or, you know, if you've had a little bit of sunburn, that kind of thing, it's brilliant. Or if you've gone, you know, a little bit too much with the chemicals. I only ever use this in terms of kind of a moisturizer. So I'll use the right amount, you know, like a dollop, the same amount as you would for a moisturizer, put it on my skin, and my skin absorbs it immediately. Could probably stand to do one more dollop. Maybe sometimes I do, maybe sometimes I don't, but I never do the excess. That's all nonsense. You want every bit of this to absorb into your skin because it's expensive stuff. It's absolutely worth it. That's at least my third of those that I've had. And I use it very, very sparingly because it's expensive, but especially for traveling, I wouldn't be without it. And that is it. That's everything that I have used up in the past couple of months. I am going to work on using up some makeup stuff in the coming weeks because I am trying not to buy anything new, and so use what we've got. I'm going to pull out all of the stuff that I used to really, really enjoy, and I stopped using it because I nearly ran out of it. I love it so much that I don't want to run out of it, so I'm not going to use it. Weird kind of logic. So you may even see another one of these before the end of the month. Otherwise, I will be back on Wednesday with another chatty Get Ready With Me. Bye!